Okay, I hope you all are fine, guys. In the last class, we have seen the technical reforms, whatever technical reforms that was made in the agricultural sector. We have seen, okay, so kind of thing. And today we are going to see about institutional reforms. In the first reforms lecture, I have gave you one flow chart. Okay, so the reforms in agricultural sector can be divided into three. Okay, so technical part we have seen. Now today we'll see about institutional reforms, ठीक है ना? And third one is general reforms that will be coming up in the next class. Okay, so number one, abolition of intermediaries. Who are the intermediaries? Intermediaries are the jamindars, ठीक है ना? So you know that those intermediaries were jamindars were exploiting of farmers a lot. So why? By taking into consideration all those excessive excessive exploitation done by the jamindars to the cultivators, the government come up with the new reforms, that is abolition of intermediaries. The jamindari system was abolished, which was earlier prevalent in our country, especially during the British period. Okay, so it was abolished, ठीक है ना? So, okay. Now the second is regulation of rent. There was no any regular rent. Okay, during the time of Jamindari system, they are always try to exploit the farmers. They charges the exorbitant rent. They, the charging or the fixation of rent. It is all in the discretion of the farm, jamindars. So why the government has regularized the rent? Okay, so it has been fixed that key the rent should not be more than one third of the value of crop. Whatever crop produced, the rent should not exceed one third of its value. Okay, so that was the regulation that was made by the government of India. Now, consolidation of land holdings means bringing together small scattered land. Okay, it is called consolidation of holding. So consolidation of holdings, why it is needed? Because we have seen the scattered land, small holding and scattered land are not conducive for economic growth. It is not economical, ठीक है ना? So we have seen that in the last class, ठीक है? So why the government to combat such kind of problems, the government to make it economic, the government come up with the new reforms, that is consolidation of land holdings. Okay, so by 2004 you can see that about 1633 hectares of land was brought under consolidated holding. Okay, it means that the small pieces of scattered pieces of land of farmers were brought together. Okay, so it is called consolidation of land. So that it can be conducive to the economic growth. ठीक है ना? That is the consolidation of holding. And for ceilings on land holding, ceilings on land means imposing a limit on the holdings of the land. ठीक है? So it is what is the view behind, what is the view of the government behind imposing land ceiling, bringing land ceiling. Okay, so it was to ensure the equality in the distribution of land. Okay, before that many people, the majority of the land are in the hands of few people. Okay, so why the government of India come up with a new reforms change, that is land ceiling. Okay, so certain limit was fixed by the government, and whoever have got some amount of land which is over and above the land ceiling, the limits fixed by the government would resume those surplus land, and those surplus land will be redistributed to the small farmers, to the farmers whose holdings are very small, and to the landless laborers. Okay, so this was the thing that was done on the part of ceiling on land holding. Now the fifth number is cooperative farming. So cooperative farming, you know what is cooperative farming? Means in this type of farming in which the farmers, pool their resources, whatever resources they are having, they pool their resources, bring together their resources, and do activities cooperatively. Okay, in certain areas of, it may be a plantation agriculture, it may be kind of thing, it may be in the dairy sector. Okay, now Amul is one of the important example of cooperative farming. Okay, which is in Gujarat, I think. ठीक है ना? So cooperative farming was why government encouraged cooperative farming. The government encouraged cooperative farming to further the profit of the gain of the consolidation of land holding. So cooperative farming means further consolidation of land holding. ठीक है? So when your land your agriculture, you are doing a big you are cultivating a big land, so it means that it can be economical, right? The management cost will be less, so kind of thing we have seen in the last classes, you know that. So it has been also encouraged to bargaining increase the bargaining power of the farmers. Okay, when you are having a huge quantities of commodities to be sold in the market, so it means that you will have a more bargaining power, you will be attached, you will be call up to the companies, food processing industries, okay, companies, to sell your commodities. So if you are not having if you are having less amount of commodities, it means that you have to sell your produce in the local market, and you have to sell your commodities in the reduced price. Okay, so if you're having a huge produce output, commodities, quantity of commodities, so it means that you would have a bargaining power, more bargaining power. Okay, so this is the idea behind. So if you are confusing about cooperative farming and the land ceiling, so I have here written the definition of this too. You can see, you can write also. Okay, so this much for the day. In case of any problem queries, you can put your comments. Okay, good day all of you, bye.